Caro-Kann defense, Panov attack, 4, Nf6 5.Nc3 e66.Nf3 bb47.cxd5 nxd5 8.qc2. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. In the Caro-Kann defense, the pawns on d7 and d5 can be quickly pushed to take control of the center and engage the e4 pawn. The d4 square seizes the center and launches an assault on the e5 and c5 squares. The pawn on e4 is under attack from the center, where d5. x5 opens up the center. White can now develop the light-squared bishop to d3, where it will attack black's king side. cxd5 recaptures the pawn on d5 and leaves the c6 square open for the knight to develop. c4 obtains room on the queen side and center and gets ready to advance the knight to c3. Nf6 supports the d5 pawn and controls the e4 square. nc3 puts more pressure on the d5 square and helps control the e4 square. e6 defends the d5 pawn and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. nf3 controls the e5 square, advances the knight toward the center, and defends the d4 pawn. bb4 develops the bishop, pins the knight on c3 to the king and prepares castling. It is good. cxd5 captures the d5 pawn, attacks the e6 pawn and controls the c6 square. It is the last book move. nxd5 captures the pawn on d5, centralizes the knight and attacks the pinned knight on c3. It is best. qc2 develops the queen, supports the knight on c3 and controls the e4 square. It is excellent. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.